Here with head coach Kamie Ethridge. Coach, maybe just open it up with what you saw from the team tonight.
Well, I mean, I just am really impressed with Oregon State. I think Scott's done an amazing job with his team. They're so efficient on both ends of the court. They just make you beat them. I mean, they're going to take some chances and play the odds and certainly not guard some people while they stuff the floor and make the second, third, and fourth options beat them. But on the offensive end, I think they just get to their wheelhouse every single game, every single time. And we had a bad matchup and didn't get out of that fast enough. So I thought the first half they just really dominated, obviously, both ends of the court.
They seemed to control LA really well in the first half, but then she rattled off 16 points in the second half. What adjustments or what were they maybe doing to her in the first half?
I just thought we weren't very good offensively. Again, they tempt you to take shots because you're not really guarded, and so we just lived by a lot of 16 and 17 footers, and those are great if they go in, and they're backbreakers because you're usually not in good rebounding position if they don't. So again, they played to our our shooting percentages, and they made things hard for the people that score for us. So just a really good lesson for us, the way they play. It's really good for us to go against. A lot of people will play us that way. And this is a great learning situation for our players to figure out, it's not always about getting your shot. It's about creating an opportunity for other people. So we really need to show the execution part on the offensive end, I think, to make sure our team's learning.
Tierra Bolden scored 24 points for them. Was there anything specifically she was doing that was tough to guard on your end?
It's the problem. If we're not getting efficiency out of Malia and Alex playing together, if we're not making people pay by playing that big lineup, then we may not be able to start both bigs. So that worries me a little bit. When both of them were in, we had a little mismatch, and LA had to guard Bolden, and they just that size wasn't good enough for Bolden, so thought we did a much better job on her in the second half and on them in general in the second half. So it's probably a really bad game plan, and we didn't quite have the matchups we wanted and the efficiency we wanted on the offensive end.
I apologize if this was already asked. With LA kind of having the third quarter that she did, what really changed from the first half to the second half for her?
Well, I mean, again, we just said, I think we sometimes overthink things a little bit and are trying to figure out if they're man or zone, and she was just much more efficient. We just played letting her come off ball screens, and it didn't take a lot of change. It's just us being a little bit not standing around so much. We had a little bit more screening and a little bit more cutting, and I thought we got the ball out of the net, made them miss a little bit, and we got some runouts and some threes too. So again, I think the second half is an indication of things we can grow from and be better than we were in the first. And certainly I thought our whole team just lacked I said a heartbeat. We just didn't. We played very, very flat, and I'm really bothered by that we were so flat coming out against, the top team in the league.
You talked about playing flat. Just kind of how do you address that as a coach? And I'm sure that's just an ongoing thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's a concern of our team. I don't know that we have, the leadership that we need from the players that get the most minutes, and it's hard. LA's not a boisterous leader, but she's consistently going to be really good for you every single game. We just don't have that strong leader that can grab everybody and get people a little bit fired up on the court. And that's because we're playing freshmen and sophomores in a lot of positions and players that haven't really produced at the level where they can feel comfortable leading. It's a little bit because of our roster and what it's made of, but we've got to we have to demand more energy and more talk and from everybody, whether it's your personality or not. So it's a growth thing. You can get better at it. You can compete better. I thought we let them do the exact same thing over and over and over and didn't change how we were guarding people. And those are things that you just have to decide, you got to compete a little bit harder and not let someone beat you in the same way over and over.
Malia being in your starting lineup as a true freshman, what have you noticed about her and just how she's earned that position?
Well, I think she deserves it. I mean, I think Alex coming back obviously gives us a scoring punch there, but I think Malia deserves to be starting. Matchups are hard sometimes. Tonight was a bad matchup for us, so I'm not sure I would do that again. But again, that's not a reflection on her because, again, she has earned her way and has been very consistent for a freshman. Has a long way to go, but she's not one that I worry too much about. I just think she's responding in most of the right ways, and she's going to get better and better as she, gets more time on the court.
Obviously, Jenna Ville, a familiar face back in the building. What did you notice about the game that she had, and kind of maybe the emotions of some of her former teammates facing her, and what that experience was like?
Well, I mean, it's going to be this is the way it is. You're going to run into your players all the time the way it is now. And I think Jenna made a great decision. Clearly, Oregon State does a great job with his personnel. He puts her in the exact spot she needs to play. She's very effective. She's a junior now, so she feels confident and feels good. She's a big weapon for them, so I know she just feels good about getting her opportunities and getting to produce like she is on a winning team. So it's been great for her, and I just think it's a good credit to Scott and how he uses her.
Just kind of one more for me. Looking forward to the rest of the season, just how do you kind of maybe salvage this? Because there's still a lot to play for, obviously, within the conference. What are the conversations like week to week about maybe, the record is this, but what can we still do with this season?
Well, I mean that's a great question, and I think players have to decide why they play the game, and if it's just to find an outcome and you don't have unbelievable passion to play and to work and to wake up tomorrow and be hungry about trying to be different and trying to be a better player for our team and trying to be a better teammate and trying to be a better leader and trying to be a better competitor, if those things don't just drive you, then I don't know that anything will change for us. I think our team has a lot of that in us. But at some point, you also have to grow as a player and you have to be able to produce and consistently be something every single night that you show up. You can't be on this roller coaster. And freshmen and sophomores are usually on roller coasters. But, you can't be defensively, and you can't be effort-wise, and you can't be in how you communicate, and you can't be in how you how hard you play. Those just are non-negotiables. And we're still struggling a little bit in those areas of getting consistency in those areas, much less, so-and-so has to score, and I need her to do this, and I need her to do that. We're just a little, we don't work hard enough at it to, get everything out of what we have in the gym. And that's just youth, and that's us putting them in better position, and that's us waking up every single day and being hungry to make a stand and to try to make a run at this.
Any other players or stats that stood out to you tonight?
No, not really. I mean, no. I don't know that anybody was good for us other, and again, that's an efficiency thing, and we've got to find some things. We got to have some better answers when we start games. Appreciate it. Go Cougs.